This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Time is running out for an Indianapolis facility that provides a safe and nurturing space for those who can't take care of themselves. Good evening to you. I'm Mark Mullins. New at 11 tonight, a sudden funding shortage has put the future of Joyce House Adult Day and Caregiving Center in jeopardy. RTV6's Cameron Riddle shows you what this facility means to the community and how you can help.
For the past 20 years, Joyce House has been a home away from home for folks who need a little bit of special attention. But now, thanks to financial issues, the doors that have served thousands of people over the years could soon be closed for good.
There's something really special about this industry, about working with older adults and appreciating them for who they are.
For 20 years, Tina McIntosh and her staff at Joyce House in Broad Ripple have spent every weekday caring for adults who are no longer able to stay at home alone safely due to aging or a variety of health issues. It's a comfortable place where just today, 40 adults were taken care of while their families were at work or school.
For the guests, sometimes we're the only reason that they get up and get out of bed, get themselves together and out into the world.
The Adult Day and Caregiver Service offers its guests an active day, stimulating their minds and exercising their muscles. But all that care comes at a cost, and that price tag is getting too high following a decrease in donations and just recently new cuts to Medicaid.
In anticipation for that and with the changing funding climate, we're in trouble.
Without an increase in funding, the nonprofit operation could be closed by the end of next year. And while the future doesn't look so bright right now, McIntosh and the staff at Joyce House are not giving up. They are fighting and fundraising and looking for any opportunity to continue to serve the people who need them most.
But some of these people come every day. Miss Julie is a great example. She's been coming to Joyce House for 11 years. She comes 4 days a week. If you do the math, it's something like 2,300 days of service. So, you could look at her as a client. We look at her as a guest in our home, and she's family.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
AARP ranks Indiana last in the country when it comes to caring for older adults, people with physical disabilities, and family caregivers. That's because of Indiana's low level of affordability and access to long-term health care services like Joyce House. You can learn more about Joyce House fundraising efforts by clicking on this story at theindychannel.com. Now, from Shelby County to Canby to the south side of Indianapolis to Noblesville and beyond, RTV6 is working for you and getting results.
I'm amazed by it all. I can't believe that, you see these things on TV and then it's happening to you.
Here's what a family in Edinburgh, their roof looks like before and after RTV6 told you about their story. We first talked to Kevin and Shelley Giles Tuesday at 11. The couple says something was missing from their home when they returned from a camping trip, and that's the roof. After seeing the story on RTV6, SPG Roofing and Restoration contacted us asking to connect to the company with the family rather. We made that happen, and today crews cleared the roof and installed shingles for free, saving the Giles thousands of dollars.
It has worked out more than I could ever ask for or believe. It feels like a dream.
I have seen many times where the wrong roofs have been roofed, so, yep.
The couple believes a different company mistakenly removed the roof because Kevin planned to replace the roof himself and had packages of new shingles outside the home. But the crew left the home without finishing the job or leaving contact information. Tonight, a stolen truck is back with its rightful owner 1 day after he shared his story on RTV6. Yesterday, Paul Miller told us someone stole his box truck in Canby. Miller owns a realty company and loans the truck to clients to help them move. Well, today, Paul shared an update saying someone called the number on the truck after spotting it in a suspicious area behind a shopping plaza in Greenwood. It is damaged, but drivable. Also working for you, RTV6 is finding out what's being done to address safety concerns at a busy intersection on the south side. Jason Morris says the traffic signals often stop working at State Road 135 and Meridian School Road, causing crashes. Morris says he's called the Department of Transportation several times about the problem.
I'd say the response from NDOT has not been great overall. They just keep saying the same things, and the same things keep happening, negatively impacting the situation.
RTV6 took these concerns to INDOT. A spokesperson tells us this week crews fixed some wiring that caused the light to go to flashers, and they hope that repair fixes the issue permanently. If drivers continue to notice problems, the department says the best way to report it is at INDOT's customer service website. You can find a link to that site by going to the RTV6 app and clicking on this story. And Noblesville is considering making parking changes in the downtown area. The proposed pilot program would simplify the parking ordinance by adjusting hours of enforcement, add new short duration spots, and change the location of free and time-restricted spaces. This comes less than 2 months after drivers told RTV6 that new parking enforcement technology was costing them money in parking tickets and creating confusion as well. The city will host a public meeting on the proposal on Tuesday, October 1st at City Hall. If you have a problem and need help getting action answers or want your voice to be heard, you can contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. Now to a live look outside from our tower camera in downtown Indianapolis. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking some welcome changes for many people. Kevin?
And one of those will be thunderstorms tomorrow. I don't know if you want the rain, perhaps you do, but those thunderstorms will increase early afternoon and mark a transition to lower humidity and briefly cooler temperatures. It will be a noticeable change. It just won't last all that long. There are the thunderstorms to the west tonight. Some of these may be strong over Illinois. There'll be a chance for a low risk for severe weather tomorrow. Damaging wind would be the main threat. We are still at 80 degrees. If you want to feel what that is like at 11:07, step outside before going to bed. There's your low risk for severe storms during the day tomorrow. As far as our progression of rain chances, early afternoon into early evening, the most likely time. We'll talk more about that. Friday night football forecast and your weekend details as well.
See you soon, Kevin. Thank you. The state says it still doesn't know what caused an oil spill into the White River earlier this month. Call 6 Investigates has been digging for answers. The oil spill happened September 3rd near Bluff Road and West Southeastern Avenue. The Indiana Department of Environmental Management says it doesn't know how big the discharge was. The state did not notify the public until after RTV6 started asking questions 2 days after the oil made it into the water. White River advocates are demanding answers and action, and for the polluters to be identified and held accountable. Investigators believe a truck driver slammed into stop traffic on I-65, causing a 6-vehicle crash that killed 1 person. The collision in Clinton County shut down a stretch of the highway for hours. State troopers say traffic was at a standstill around 9:15 this morning near the 159-mile marker when the driver of a refrigerated box trailer rear-ended a car, leading to a chain reaction crash. An 81-year-old man from northern Kentucky died in the wreck. Now to a warning about vaping amid an ongoing outbreak of serious lung illnesses related to e-cigarettes. Dozens of cases are under investigation in Indiana, and some of those patients have been treated at Riley Hospital for Children at IU Health. Doctors say the effects of vaping are different than traditional smoking, but both are dangerous.
In the short term, with traditional cigarettes, you would get a cough because you get mucus production and damage to the lining of the lungs that clears mucus out, so you get that hacking smoker's cough. With vaping, the difference is you don't necessarily see all those early signs necessarily, and then all of a sudden you can't breathe.
Symptoms of illnesses related to vaping include chest pain, coughing, and shortness of breath. The FBI is putting out a nationwide call to help identify a man who could have critical information in a sexual exploitation case. Investigators say the man in these images may know something regarding a child victim. The pictures are believed to be from 2016 to 2018. If you know anything that could help the investigation, you can call the FBI at 1-800-225-5324 or go to the FBI website. You can find a link to that site by going to the RTV6 app and clicking on this story. If you drove on I-465 on Sunday, you may have passed a semi-truck hauling this cargo worth more than $2 million. That cargo is in police custody now because it's illegal. Metro police officers found 88 kilos of cocaine during a traffic stop on I-465 at the Kentucky Avenue exit on the southwest side. Police arrested the driver and passenger. USA Diving is moving from Indianapolis to Colorado by the end of the year. The organization's national office has been here since 2018. Officials say the move will cut USA's diving overhead and put them on the same town as the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee. USA Diving will be back in town next summer for its Olympic trials. A long-time musical event is underway in Indianapolis. Indie Jazz Fest kicked off tonight. You'll hear Caribbean artists, local performers, and award-winning national acts. Performances will be at different venues across the city. Indie Jazz Fest goes through September 21st.
We're sympathetic and we understand the plight of the college student.
Coming up, Hiring Hoosiers shows how a new company is paying it forward to college students. And debate debrief. How did the presidential hopefuls set themselves apart? Reaction and analysis next. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
Absolutely ends Monday at Ashley Home Store. This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Tonight, the top Democratic presidential contenders took the debate stage at the same time for the first time. ABC's Mona Kassar Abdi reports from Houston tonight.
In the third Democratic debate, one after another, the top contenders on the stage opened the debate with a common message, their mission to defeat Donald Trump.
What unites us up here, the 10 of us, is much stronger than what divides us.
But the unified front quickly dismantled after the conversation shifted to health care. Former Vice President Joe Biden going head-to-head with Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders over their support for Medicare for All.
Of the 160 million people who like their health care now, they can keep it. If they don't like it, they can leave.
I've actually never met anybody who likes their health insurance company.
I, who wrote the damn bill, if I may say so.
Senator Amy Klobuchar chiming into the three-way debate, also taking aim at Sanders.
And while Bernie wrote the bill, I read the bill.
And in the harshest attack of the night, former HUD Secretary Julian Castro called into question Biden's mental fitness.
You said they would have to buy in.
If she qualifies for Medicaid,
are you forgetting what you said 2 minutes ago?
This is why presidential debates are becoming unwatchable.
Yeah. That's an election. You know, this is what we're here for. It's an election.
But it was Castro's memory who didn't serve him right and incorrectly quoted the former vice president. Both Biden and Castro evoking former President Barack Obama throughout the night, but then finding themselves in the hot seat over the administration's immigration policies.
Did you make a mistake with those deportations?
The president did the best thing that was able to be done at the time.
How about you?
I'm the vice president of the United States.
As the night went on, candidates spent less time on each other and more time on their plans for gun control.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
Addressing racism and trade, sharing their vision for the country if elected the nation's next leader. Now that the third debate has come to a close, the candidates will return to the campaign trail tomorrow, many looking to keep holding on until October's debate. Mona Kassar Abdi, ABC News, Houston.
Programs and businesses across central Indiana are helping students prepare for life as full-time members of the workforce in many different ways. Hiring Hoosiers is committed to sharing those opportunities with you. We start with a company working on a product that could improve the way you protect your home from flooding. DryBot is a high-tech sump pump device developed in Indianapolis. The company hopes to hire up to 150 workers, mainly college students, over the next year. Employees will assemble, test, and ship DryBot, working in a style called cell-based manufacturing. So that means they are trained in multiple areas of the assembly process, enabling them to build a DryBot from start to finish or pick up on a project where another team has left off. Here's what students who are helping launch the first wave of DryBots say about the company.
The schedule that you work is super flexible. You can make your own hours. If you have to leave early to study or to do something else, they're very, very aware of your needs.
If I need to take time off for school, all I have to do is just text my boss. And then that's all I have to do. He's perfectly fine with it.
Other perks for workers include free on-site lunch once a week, free on-the-clock workout classes, a retirement match even for part-time workers, and a bike share program for the commute. Now to a high school program that helps students go from classroom to career in a competitive field, the fashion industry there. The McKinsey Center offers a fashion merchandising program. Students learn marketing and design.
I feel like the most important thing that you can learn is just freedom of expression. And how serious fashion can be.
The industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, so there are a lot of careers out there. If you don't have to be a designer, there are a lot of careers that you can use fashion merchandising.
The curriculum includes creating a fashion show at the end of the year. Students in the course earn college credits in business. To learn more about any career, training, or educational resource you see on RTV6, go to hiringhoosiers.com. An organization that serves animals in need opened its doors to the public tonight in a different way. Indy Humane hosted its first ever Furry Friends Fall Frenzy. Guests toured the facility on North Michigan Road, learned about animal welfare programs, and met pets looking for forever homes. The event raised money for the shelter.
Many people assume that Indy Humane receives public funding, and that's not true. We're the largest private animal shelter in the state of Indiana, and we exist entirely on the fees we can charge and the philanthropic dollars that we can raise. And so we have to work very hard to raise enough money to support our shelter.
Indy Humane takes in around 300 animals each month. Money raised this evening will help cover medical expenses, behavior training, fostering programs, and more. If you'd like to donate or volunteer, go to indyhumane.org for more information.
I've been practicing in my head saying Furry Friends Fall Frenzy.
Do it again.
Fundraiser. Almost forgot the last one.
3 more times, right?
Yeah, that gets your attention. So the pets will drink plenty of water one more day tomorrow as we have another hot and humid day. Then some changes on the way. Just wanted to show you here for a second what had become a national weather story. I think we have another tropical storm brewing, and of course recovery underway still in the Bahamas. That's going to be months long, if not years long. They may see some of this tropical storm move, and then it'll threaten the east coast of Florida as we move into the weekend. That's the latest on that. No name on the storm yet. Let's talk about what's happening over in Illinois. All of these thunderstorms are ahead of cooler air, and probably the biggest change will be that drop in humidity. Our wind direction will change by this time tomorrow night to the west-northwest. That will allow cooler air in, but definitely drier air and much less in the way of humidity. The battle zone where we have the thunderstorms right in here, out ahead of that surge of cooler temperatures. It's in the 40s in North Dakota, 66 in Minneapolis, and then temperature sits at 80 in Indianapolis. The warmth will be pushed south, but only for a little while. You see the big dip in temperatures for the first half of the weekend. Doesn't take long, bounces right back. Humidity for the weekend will remain pretty comfortable. It's Monday that the humidity comes back up, along with temperatures that will be back into the upper 80s. We'll be riding about 10 degrees above average nearly all of next week. Temperatures, to be specific, 87 tomorrow. That's probably mid-afternoon. Thunderstorms will develop and cut off the heating from there. Coolest half of the weekend, definitely the first half of the weekend. As I mentioned, late morning, early afternoon through early evening, the best chance for thunderstorms. Right now, Friday night football looks pretty good. Eastern Indiana may see a lingering storm at the beginning. Just want to show you the transition of colors from the warm air to cooler temperatures by this time tomorrow night, and then a much different feel as we roll into the weekend. Full moon, technically tomorrow night. Hopefully you had a chance to see tonight. To the naked eye, it's hard to tell the difference. Looks spectacular. Friday night football, 20% chance we'll see any showers or thunderstorms. Temperatures going into the mid-70s by the end of the games, if not a little cooler. Dry over the weekend, much less humidity, especially Saturday. As you look at Saturday temperatures, by the time we get to noon, 73, 81 for the high. There'll be some spots that miss the 80-degree mark. Saturday temperatures from north to south, a little cooler in the northern portion of the state. As you look at Sunday, temperatures already bounce back above average by half dozen degrees. Early next week, temperatures right back into the upper 80s. That comes with the humidity as well. 88 Monday, 87s Tuesday and Wednesday, 86 Thursday. All indications are even beyond the 7-day forecast, we will remain with above average temperatures.
Who could think anything pumpkin spice with these temperatures, right? Not at all.
Summer's hanging on.
Right. Get that pumpkin spice away for now.
Cold. Get that iced grande for certain. We'll have a little bit of food at the end of our segment. A snack to go with that pumpkin spice. Right. How about that? And football for the weekend getting started. And finally, Marion's got a game ahead of them. We'll visit the Knights. 2019 season getting going coming up.
Feel good. Yeah, no, just a bad day, and sun came up the next day, and we're back to work and trying to get back on the right track. There's been bad days along everybody's road. You just put it behind you and you move on.
Everything is fine. The kicker says so. Sunday, by the way, the first time Vinatieri ever missed 2 field goals and an extra point in one game. see if they move on and how it goes week 2 at Tennessee this Sunday. And good evening, everyone. This is just the 13th season of football at Marian University, but the Knights are already one of the standard bearers for success among the NAIA. Could this year be another championship run? Well, they certainly have the talent and the experience. Let's introduce you to some of the other pieces in tonight's Sports Extra Spotlight. While much of college football is getting ready for week 3, the Marian Knights have spent the past month working and working and working and waiting for this first game.
Having this extra week has allowed us to slow down a little bit and make sure we get a lot of that stuff in. But still, first game, You know, I mean, so you're trying to figure out, okay, what are we forgetting and what are we leaving out? You know, that's the thing that keeps you awake at night as a coach leading into an opening game.
A schedule change meant a lost game for Marian. They'll only play 9 in the regular season, but the extra week of work could make a difference down the road.
Really just playing the best of our ability, improving every day. Taking it day by day, getting better every day, and then on Saturday, hopefully it turns out well.
Guys have been able to practice at a really high tempo, and because we have so many returning older guys that understand how we have to practice, I think we've done a really good job of practicing smart.
So many seniors, both quarterbacks, top running back, top defender. That experience has set the curve a little higher so far.
We got to set by example. So, you know, we watch Krishan Hogan and Brandon Dillon, guys like that. So try to practice to that standard, just keep going higher and higher. We still go through the same process. I mean, we pretty much start from square one, but just coming together, you know, especially as a defense, has been really nice. And we've been, you know, yeah, it's been good.
After an unbeaten run through 2018, the Knights lost in the first round of the playoffs. Redemption? Not really the word they're using around here.
We all brothers, you know. We all came in at the same time. At least some of us been here for a while. We know the standard of a national championship team. So we're trying to bring that around the younger guys, you know, get them up to speed with it. We look at each new year as a new year. We try not to think about last year. You know, we're just moving forward with how this year, what are we going to do? What's the stamp this year going to be?
Marian opens up against St. Ambrose. They play 5 of their first 6 games at home. The biggest will be against St. Francis coming up on October 5th. Marian closes out their season with 3 away games. Big game in Bloomington Saturday. IU hosting 4th-ranked Ohio State. Some notes if you're going down. Prepaid parking at Memorial Stadium is sold out. The $20 auxiliary lots will be open. The Feelane Garage. Also, there's free parking with a shuttle to the stadium at the Poplars and Henderson garages. Those spots will likely go fast. You want to use the Waze app. IU will keep drivers updated on everything there. That game starts at noon Saturday. And if you're going to a Colts game this season, bring your appetite. We got to look at some of the new menu items that Center Plate has for Lucas Oil Stadium. Among them, Mark, shredded duck nachos, cheesesteaks, chicken and waffle sandwich with bacon, a burger of the game special. That 3-foot Italian sub will be in the Kevin Gregory suite. There's some loaded French fries. There's some vegetarian options too. Can I tell you what the sneaky good thing was there today?
What was it?
They had a fried mushroom po' boy. Vegetarian sandwich, but those fried mushrooms with the aioli that they had on it there. Ooh.
That's the one you want to go back for.
Don't tell anyone because they're going to sell them out.
All right, try it out this fall. We'll be right back.
Easy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
A popular bar is expected to be open for business on the Butler campus by the end of next month. Chatham Tap is taking over for the former Scotty's Brewhouse building at Sunset Avenue and Lake Road. That's just down the block from Hinkle Fieldhouse. It'll be Chatham Tap's 3rd local location. The new restaurant plans to employ about 50 people. We just talked about the wings there.
We're going to wing it as we go into the weekend with the cooler temperatures for Saturday. Tomorrow, thunderstorms, though, should be timed out early afternoon into early evening, perhaps working out just nicely for Friday night football. Temperatures consistently in the upper 80s next week.
All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Till then, have a great night. GMI comes your way at 4:30.